I have never lied to you on this channel, and I never will. So let me be perfectly honest in this moment when it comes to Charlie Kirk's murder trial, the live on-air assassination that we all witnessed, and how much it affected me as his friend of 10 years, somebody who built a great deal with Charlie and knew him personally. I don't know the answers. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know. I'm not going to engage in wild theories because I don't know those either, actually. And so I'm going to stick to the facts. And the facts are this. I don't know who the hell this is, man. The story doesn't make any sense to me. Like, meaning, what the hell? With the text messages, with the whole setup, none of it really seems to click. And that's what a trial's for, I guess. Tyler Robinson, his actions that day, his actions preceding that day, his life, his lifestyle, all of the furry stuff, all the, I've hidden a note. Remember, I was engraving the bullets. What the hell is that? Everybody's asking questions. That's what a trial's for. I believe in the American people. I believe in critical thinking. I believe in the capacity for people to absorb the evidence that is given to them, as long as it's being honest, and to accept these explanations as long as they're given the evidence. I know as a matter of fact. I've been a part of trials before. I know as a matter of legal fact that all available evidence can't get just vomited out, leaf blowered out into the public. That some evidence is to be presented at trial and has to be presented in a courtroom in a controlled environment. Otherwise, you can do everything from strike jurors to disbar lawyers. I mean, this has happened before. Go check on the O.J. Simpson trial, that murder trial. Is that the most prominent murder trial in American history this side of Charlie Kirk's? Yeah, actually, probably. And so I'm not going to pretend to tell you that I know what's going on here, because I don't. Nor am I going to lie to you and say it all makes sense, because it doesn't make sense to me. And it never will. I watched my friend die on a live stream, and there's just no Hallmark card for that. And all I've been trying to do is to defend my friend. And that's all I want to do. I want the truth to be out there. And I'm never going to lie to you. None of it makes sense to me. On a human level, on a spiritual level, God is the author of life and death. And so to fight this, or to be forever bitter about it, would be to fight God. Because God writes all of our stories. And this is not out of his control. And so whether you're looking at Butler, or whether you're looking at September 10th, don't fight God on these things. He creates life, and then he takes people home. And so it's left to us to dictate justice on this mortal plane. God will take care of the spiritual plane. And so here's what's happening in the justice with Charlie Kirk's trial. And I hated to see a headline like this, but here we go. Charlie Kirk's shooting suspect, Tyler Robinson, wins big legal victory. Man, what's going to go on here now? What fresh hell is this? As he's allowed to avoid showing his face in hearings. Not good. Not good. Let's go. Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin, Tyler Robinson, would be allowed to dress in civilian clothing for his trial, judge has ruled. The 22-year-old accused of fatally shooting conservative activists in Utah Valley September 10th was granted a massive legal victory. He did not appear on camera when asked by District Court Judge Tony F. Grant Jr. if he could hear. Robinson said, "Yes, I can." Robinson was also allowed to not show his face in the Provo courthouse as a planned in-person hearing on Thursday, but the hearing has since been canceled. District Judge Tony F. Grant Jr., this is going to be a big problem here. This district judge has allowed Robinson to wear civilian attire because the presumption of innocence remains. Although he will be allowed to avoid jail clothing, Robinson will have to wear handcuffs and shackles in the courtroom. The court recognizes that Mr. Robinson has no criminal history and no record of misconduct while in custody. However, the charges he faces are extraordinary, serious, carrying potential penalties for imprisonment and or death. They still have the firing squad in Utah, as we have said. Cameras have also been banned from showing him entering, exiting, or standing in the courthouse. His restraints are not allowed to be photographed or recorded. Oh. So they are right now just lavishing Tyler Robinson with every conceivable victory from a legal perspective in the court of public opinion. These decisions follow a suit with the two of the most recent prolific murder trials involving murderer Brian Kohlberg and Luigi Mangione. The defenses argue that the jury could be swayed by the sight of Robinson in jail clothes and shackles. To make the case, as noted, a highly publicized death case in Ohio. During his court proceedings, he's allowed to wear a suit and appear without his handcuffs in pretrial hearings. Meanwhile, Mangione is accused of shooting United States United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, granted the chance to wear civilian clothes depending on what courthouse he's in. Okay, so they're saying these two, you obviously, I think, are aware of who these two individuals are. So they're saying that it mirrors that. It is somewhat similar to that. Given the pervasive media coverage in the case, it's repeated a ubiquitous display of Mr. Robinson in jail garb, shackles, and suicide vest will undoubtedly be viewed by the prospective jurors, inevitably lead to prospective jurors' perception that he's guilty and deserving of death. Well, okay, that's why he's on trial, okay? He's also in a courtroom being tried for murder. So how are you going to get around that? Robinson's lawyers claim that the client's behavior has been polite, deferential to jail staff, and without any disciplinary issue. The 22-year-old has been placed on suicide watch in jail. Movements are monitored at all times. I've seen this one before. Oh. We'll be surprised if he makes it to trial, I'll be honest with you. He's not allowed to wear regular prison garb. Instead, he must wear a special anti-suicide smock at all times. These are made of especially thick and quilted material that cannot tear or use to hang or suffocate themselves. Wow. This Tyler Robinson? Because the fabric is too stiff, the suit cannot be rolled or tied into a noose. Watch cells usually also have cushioned walls and floors, so inmates can't injure themselves by banging their heads against them. Authorities arrested Robinson, showing up at his parents' house. Prosecutors have since revealed incriminating text messages and DNA evidence they say connect Robinson to the killing. Release all the evidence, man. A note that Robinson left for his romantic, furry, gay partner before the shooting, so they had the opportunity to kill one of the nation's leading conservative voices, and I'm going to take it. I've had enough of his hatred. Not good. So the court, of course, you've seen him here in this. This would be the anti-suicide smock, I'd assume, right? That they're talking about. So this was televised. The judge rules Robinson must be restrained while in court. Justice must be swift. Get him in the chair. Denied his request to appear without restraints. Why do we give them any request? Why do we allow this? Why do we allow any of this? Being charged for murder. Prove you're not the murderer. Or firing squad, right? That's what they say. Killer Charlie Kirk will be allowed to wear civilian clothes and appear. He is fighting to appear without shackles or restraints. I don't like this. I hate this rule that you're not allowed to film him. You're not allowed to see on trial. The world should see this trial unfold, no exceptions. That's exactly right. Unbelievable. The public deserves transparency. Bans cameras from showing Tyler Robinson, ever. Goodness. We want to see this trial. It's extremely frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. considering a request to ban all cameras. The judge is asked to ban all courtroom cameras amid a content tornado. It's weird. This judge, by the way, is appointed by Spencer Cox, somebody who obviously hates President Trump. He's the governor of Utah. Issued a gag order restricting attorneys, law enforcement, and 3,000 attendees. I understand attorneys, but the 3,000 attendees, the order bans extrajudicial statements that have subsequent likelihood of material prejudicing the trial. It includes public comments. For the 3,000 event witness attendees, this means they cannot discuss the case-specific details of what they saw or heard at the Charlie Kirk assassination. What? This is the largest gag order in the history of the country? Something seems wildly off. Something seems off. Why would you be granting this guy anything? Why would you grant him a glass of water? Prove you're not the murderer in trial. Prove it like with the evidence, or don't. Meanwhile, you're on, according to the official story, your furry transgender lover and your own father and your own family gave you up to the feds. DNA evidence, you at the scene, you admitted it in writing, right? Those creepy text messages, whatever you believe about them. And so, like, why is he being given anything in this trial? They should have a 4K live cam on him at all time. You should have to appear in one of those Hannibal Lecter, rolled in on a dolly, the mask on, the mouth guard. Just doesn't make any sense. But I'll keep following it. And you know what? I guarantee you I will never lie to you. I'll just tell you what we know when we know it. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.